Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to my live. I am Teresa, and welcome to today's topic in my live. I am your wonderful host, and thank you if you're here, and thank you if you're watching a replay. Today's topic is going to be entanglement, which is Jada and Will's little fancy word, but we know it as the old school cheating, baby. But today's topic is entanglement, and did you see the signs? You see on my thumbnail, it says, did you see the signs? So whether you made this live or you didn't make this live, I would still like you to watch the replay and leave me your feedback, maybe even your experiences, and let me know what happened to you. Were you the entanglee or you the entangler? Were you the one being cheated on or were you the one doing the cheating? Either way, I would like to know if everybody's seen the signs. You know, we like to think that we seen the signs on everything. Oh, I knew that. I seen it coming. If you seen it coming, what did you do? Did you just let it happen? Do we pretend like we don't know? Anyways, that's what this live is about. So please, if you are not subscribed to me, I would love for you to subscribe, hit the bell, and leave me a genuine comment on today's topic. And remember, I have done lots of today's topics in my live. So if you want to see those, go to my playlist. I think I covered do you feel supported on YouTube? That was one of my today's topics. What's your quarantine routine? That's one of my today's topics. After this live, I'll also put that whole playlist up here on one of the cards. But yeah, please sit back, enjoy the replay of this, or if you're here, thank you. And I hope we can stay family. Now I'm just going to talk to whoever's coming in the chat. Let's get this discussion popping because I think it's going to be pretty interesting. Hey, what's up, House of X? Thank you for coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, Rags. What's up, sis? How are you? How are you? How are you? What's been going on? How you doing? Okay, today's Norway's Constitution Day. Okay, okay. Well, it's good to see you, Rags. I always miss you, sis. What are you guys up to? You see my today's topic. I like to do today's topic in my lives. I have not done it in a couple of weeks. So we're going to get this entanglement topic going. It's going to be like a little less than an hour. So I won't even be on here long. But I did want to come on and chop it up with you guys for a minute. Sip on my little my lemonade and chop it up with y'all and see what you think. Remember that whole entanglement, aka cheating? I want to know because I think that we have all been cheated on at one time or another in our life. So I just want to know if you think back to when it happened to you, what did you do? Did you know when you ignored the signs? Did you address the signs right away? Did you roll up on somebody? Was it a gut feeling? I want to know. Let's talk about it. Hey, Mr. Wise, how are you? Thank you for coming in. Please, everybody, give me a thumbs up and share it out if you could. That would be great. That would be great. House of X said, Mr. Wise, hey, our fam, how you doing? Yeah, so yeah, what do you guys think about today's topic? Let me know, let me know. Thank you for the 3 thumbs up. 6 people in the house. I got 3 thumbs up. Thank you. Everybody, please try to remember to hit the thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Hey, Edward, how are you? Thanks for coming in. Edward, thanks for coming in. You see what my today's topic is. We've all been there. Let's not pretend we have not. Okay? We've all been there. Now, myself personally, I've never cheated on anybody I was with. I've always closed the chapter and then moved on. You know what I mean? But that don't mean I haven't been in situations in my lifetime where I've been cheated on. So the question is, was it a gut feeling? Did I ignore it? Did I see it coming? Was it something it was led up to so you knew? Did the person start changing their personality? What was it that made you know that your significant other was in an entanglement? Yes, for the entanglement. I did not see the signs, but no problem. Better off without the person. Exactly, Rags. Exactly. That's what I say too. Now for me, and this is one of my younger years, between that 20 and 30 age range, there ain't nothing but cheating going on, to be honest, because guys are young at that time. Their hormones are flaring and this and this and this. I have to say, I have a pretty good gut instinct. I always seen the signs. I always knew. I always knew. You know what I mean? It's weird, but I just did. Oh, see? Even for guys, it happens to guys too. This is what I'm talking about. So it don't necessarily have to be women saying, "Oh, the men, the men, the men." A lot of women cheat too. A lot of women get caught up in this entanglement mess as well. So Mr. Wise said he walked right in on it. Mr. Wise, let me ask you, were you completely caught off guard, or did you see things started to change in your household? So I want to get to the guts of this entanglement situations. I always had a gut feeling. I could always tell it was something about the guy whoever I was with at the time, the way they were acting. Um, they were getting a little bit more snappy, looking at the phone a lot. My gut just told me. I've rolled up on it a couple of times. Like I always have an intuition. You can always tell, I feel, unless you run into that type that's just really good and they don't change anything and they don't give any signs. Because there's some smart cheaters out here too. You know what I mean? But like Mr. Wise said, he walked right in and boom. I've had that happen too in my life where I walked in and I was like, oh, this is what we doing. And at that point, I didn't even get mad because, like Ragnar said, that means that person wasn't for me. So I just walked out and, opened the door, took all the stuff and said, get out. Now, this is in my early years. I've had my own apartment since I was 18. So this is way back when I was young. I just wanted to have fun. You know what I mean? I wasn't giving two damns. I completely left when I walked in. Exactly. Me too, Mr. Lee. I'm on a short leash. Edward. Edward, does that mean there is not enough leash for you to get to be free? I love it. I love it. I know that's right. Me and my husband are just like this. So there is no room for error in this house. Okay. Not for him, not for me, not for anybody. Okay. But back in the day, like I said, when it was young, wild, and free, you're always with somebody, even if it may be even you. I just haven't happened to never have done that personally, but I have been involved in it numerous times when I was young. And I swear, I just, in the beginning, I was so mad but then after I was like, I'm better off without you. I know what I bring to the table, so goodbye. And I would just open the door, would pack all the bags, put all the bags on the outside by the car, and just be like, you're doing me a favor. You know what I mean? So my thing is, did people get that intuition? My intuition was so good that I rolled up on it, just riding down the street randomly and rolled up on a street that I just had a gut feeling that somebody I was dealing with was there. Why, as soon as I hit that street corner, I seen the car. So sometimes you cannot ignore your gut. You know what I mean? Or God, whichever one it is. I know that's right. He said I'm on a short leash, honey. Mm-mm. Thank you to the 7 people being here. Please give me a thumbs up. I would really, really appreciate that. Hey, Marissa, what's up? How are you? How are you? How are you? I don't think I've seen Marissa Williams in a while. How you doing? How you doing, girl? How you doing? We only dated for a week. I went to her place to surprise her, and I seen her messing around with someone. It was only a week, Mr. Wise. Damn. I was in a full-fledged relationship when this happened. Marissa, when was the last time we talked? Thank you for coming in. Thank you. Please thumbs me up. Leave me a comment on that link that I got pinned right there so I can find you on YouTube, okay? It's a 1-minute video. Just leave me a comment anywhere on there so I can find you so I can check it out and see when is the last time we were connected. Oh, thank you. I love to see you. Thank you. So this has got to be a Marissa that I know. 2019. Where from, Marissa? Yeah, leave me a comment on this pinned thing for sure. Oh no, Mr. Wise. No, don't say that. Don't say that. You never dated again? Oh no, this happened to me way back when I was younger, all the way up until I think into my 30s, different relationships, but I never ever give up on love. And all of that led to me meeting my husband. So I don't even have any regrets about my past. Oh, I remember the day we talked about this day when you wanted to start your channel. Oh, really? Okay, okay. Oh, Terminex. Oh, wait, is this hold on. We took video and picture on graduation and stuff like that. Oh, hey Maritza. I can't even believe you still have my channel, girl. I have not seen you in ages. And I was asking everybody. I think you left early on. And I was asking everybody, how were you doing? And nobody could answer me, girl. Nobody. I wish you would come up here so I could see your face. You want to come up if I drop the link in the chat, or are you shy? You don't want to come up? I just want to say hi. Yes, yes, I do. But it's been so long. I haven't talked to anybody from Terminex in over a year. Not anybody. Okay? Nobody. But you had been gone for over like 2 years, I think. Mm-mm. That is hilarious. I'm so glad you're doing good. Oh, where you at now? Good. Oh, I know. I remember it was way, way back. I remember. Where you at now? I was asking everybody, where's Marissa? Where's she working? Actually, I still got our picture in Snapchat, girl. Still got our picture in Snapchat from the day we graduated or something. And I haven't talked to anybody in Terminex since I've been gone out of Terminex, okay? I hope you're doing good. I hope you found a good job. Oh, yes, I'm still in Arizona. Thank you for saying I still look good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, I'm still in Arizona, girl. I'm still over here. A lot of people are gone from that job. I think everybody's working from home at this point, though. Everybody's working from home. Oh, thank you so much for coming in, Marissa. I swear to God, I'm always asking for you. So you gotta hit me on Instagram so we can talk privately. My Instagram is the same as my name here, JustTheresa2, all one word, okay? On Instagram, private message me over there so we can talk privately. Marissa, have you ever had any entanglements in your life? We are sitting here discussing today's topic, which is entanglements, girl. Thank you so much, Boo. I'm so glad to know that you're doing okay. I'm so excited about that. I swear to God, I used to be like, anybody talk to Marissa? Anybody talk to, I used to always ask about you. But clearly you're working, so you're doing just fine. We all move on, honey. We all move on. Mm-mm-mm. Thank you for coming in. Yes, we do, Marissa. Yes, we do. We can meet, like, on the corner at Applebee's or something like that. I can meet you over there at any time. Anytime. Girl, who you telling, girl? And that's why today's topic is entanglement. But did you see the signs? Like for me, and I've been with my husband 19 years, so we're talking about way before him. Because my husband has never cheated on me and I've never cheated on him. So we're going way before that. I used to always feel it, Marissa, in my guts. I was just telling Mr. Wise that. But I was also telling Mr. Wise it's time for him to get back out there and date. Never let nobody stop you from your blessings, which is true love. Never let nobody stop you from that. The worst. But we all have I think too it makes you stronger, to be quite honest. anything that's ever happened to me in my life, I've used as a learning tool and then a teaching tool for my kids so that they could see it a mile away, so they could be aware and they can know the signs or go with their gut. So I've used it. I've used everything that's ever happened to me in my life, which is a lot. I've used it, still came out on top, still smile every day. I don't let nobody steal my joy. Nobody, okay? Not family, not friends, not men, not nobody. Because I'm going to be all right. I've always taken care of me. So the way I see it, life goes on, honey. Lollipops and dandelions over here. I am so unbothered, especially at this age. I don't have time for the bull, okay? With anybody and the weirdness and the anything that's going on, I don't got time for it, you know? What my boo said, she said, you always feel it, just never wanted to accept it, honestly. Exactly, exactly. Yes, ma'am, I'm still trying to find love. Just my guard is so high now, but I'll never stop trying to find love. Yeah, Marissa, first of all, girl, you are too cute. Okay, you know I know what you look like. You are too cute to not find love. You will find it. All that stuff happened to me, and I still met my husband. And we've been married 10 years and been together almost 19 years, and we are still best friends. That don't mean we don't go through our stuff. We have our days, but we will never leave each other. We will never walk away from this marriage. We will always sit and have a conversation. I don't care what it's about. It could be, we'll have a conversation. It could be about a disconnect. It could be about, because 19 years, you can start getting a little stagnant, you know what I mean? So a little too comfortable. So we're very in tune to each other's feelings and body language. So we're always bringing up whenever one of us feels a way about the way the other one's energy is. Energy is everything. You know what I mean? That's why I'm putting together a panel of married couples, and we're going to talk about it. And maybe we'll be able to help other people, people younger than us, people who's been in marriages a long time and they have a disconnect. We're going to give our genuine advice on how we get through it. Because it's easy for people to just throw in the towel and be like, boop, I'm done. Let's do the D. Let's get a divorce. Yeah, there's no D word in this house, okay? We're not doing a divorce thing around here. But it's too many people that do that as a default, and I do not like it, you know? Yes, for me, Winston here. Oh, Winston, okay. You knew when your ex cheated. Exactly, Winston. That's what I wanted to know. Entanglement. Did you feel the signs? Winston, I always knew it. Whether the guy was acting funny or looking on his phone or coming in late or being snappy, or it was just a gut instinct. That time I just was riding down the street jamming to R. Kelly. Something said, take a right at this next corner, bitch. Okay? I think it was God intervention. Okay? I think it was God. I took a right. I had no longer hit that right, and I seen my at the time my man's car parked at another woman's house. Come on, that's what you call gut feelings. That is pure D gut, and I think a lot of us just ignore it. Ignore it. We just ignore it. You know. Marissa said it's just hard because everyone is always on BS, and you know me, I stand on loyalty over love, and it seems like no one has that now. The world is so messed up. Marissa, you are so true. I see a whole lot of stuff different in this day and age with young people. Woo, girl, the dating scene is crazy out here for your generation. But do not give up, boo. You are too cute to give up. The right guy will come. He started acting funny. See what I mean? Yes, yes, Edward. Edward, you know back then, R. Kelly was all over the radio. And I was in the car like this. I was jamming. That thing was turned up. And the man upstairs said, take a right, bitch. You know what I'm saying? So I took a right. And there it was. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. So, and another thing, when we know and we find out, do we get out of it right away? I didn't always do that. Sometimes I stayed and I was like, I'm going to make this work. I'm going to make this work. Like, so there's so many different things that go along with entanglement. Like, look at Jada and Will. They stayed together, especially when you're in a marriage. If you're in a marriage and somebody, one or the other entangles, I'm sure you're going to do a lot of fighting, maybe trying to fix it, trying to go to a counselor. I'm not sure. But people, well, at least back in the day, people tend to try to work it out opposed to just walking away because nobody wants to keep getting married and divorced, married and divorced. You know what I mean? That's whack, basically. Oh my God. It's a mess. It's a mess. And some of the times, especially between the age of 20 and 30, I was young, I was partying, I was having a good time. And sometimes I stayed and tried to make it work. And other times I just said, get out, get out, get out. Because make no mistakes, I've always had my own apartment since I was 18 years old. Since I was 18. So nobody could ever put me out because I've always taken care of myself. And before that, I was living with my mother. So she was taking care of me until I got 18. She said, I cannot, none of her kids can move out until we turn 18. Well, at least that's what she told me. So I was 18 in 1 month and I moved out and I never went back again. But so I've always been independent. So nobody could ever put me out of their house. So anytime I wanted somebody to go, I'd just be like, you got to go. Stage left, okay? Because I don't got time for it. I just don't. But another thing that I've never done through all these entanglements that's happened to me, because I've never cheated on anybody. So all these entanglements, I've always took it as a learning lesson. I have never let it stop me or block me or put up a wall. Every single person in your life is a different person from the one who hurt you. Come on, let's bring that back. Rewind. Every person in your life is a different person from the one that hurt you. When you start blaming everybody else that's coming after that person, I'm not going to let him talk to me. Oh, he can't even take me to dinner. Oh, all of that comes from your baggage with the ex. So you're going to let him control or she control your the person that could be right for you? The one that you're turning away could be the one that's the real deal. So I never did do that. I never did do that. Life goes on. I don't want the cheater. What am I going to give up my life for the cheater? It never made sense to me when people do that. And we all heard, okay, boo hoo, cry, get over it. Get over it. Give yourself a week or 2 weeks or whatever it is. Keep it pushing. Life is too short. You're going to find yourself 20 years, 30 years still single. Okay? Mm-mm. Babe, I packed my bag and I was out and the worst part was when okay, I see. Hold up. House of X, and I think this is Winston. Winston is saying I packed my bag and I was out. The worst part was when he put me out the car I bought. That should have happened. if you bought the car, honey, you should have been able to put his old tired ass out the car. But sometimes it ain't even worth the fight. So I'm going to assume that you just wanted out of this relationship so much. Take the car, take the apartment, take the keys, and get the hell out of my life. Because I've had that happen. You know what I mean? Like, just you can have it. Just leave me alone. I want to move on. And the funny thing is, whenever I've been in relationships and the guy was doing the entanglement and I put him out of my house and all that, I didn't spend a lot of time crying and boo-hooing. Now, will I say I wasn't hurt? Yes, absolutely. I had my days of crying. Give it a couple of weeks or whatever. But I tell you, my girlfriends was right there and we were right back out partying. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't, I can't let nobody suck my soul and my spirit and block my blessings. I cannot do that. And I never understand for the life of me why people give somebody who was tired and no good that type of power. If you're a guy and you've been hurt by a woman, like in Mr. Wise's case, it's time to move on. Because the woman, most of the time, is not going to walk up to you. So we need our men to still stand up, put your head up, and walk over and say, can I buy you coffee or buy you a drink or take you to dinner? Take it back to the old school ways. Even if a girl is real pretty and you think she won't want to talk to you, try it. Try it. You know what I mean? I've always liked a guy with confidence, you know? Let me see what House of X said. Yep. Her knee has, oh, it's Wednesday. He said, I was Tina, okay? Woo! Burning up shit, okay? Hey, Alvin, thank you for coming in. Thank you for chatting with us. Can y'all please give me a thumbs up? Please, please, please. So that's what I'm saying. The entanglement can be a man being with a woman and the woman cheats, or a woman being with the man and the man cheats, or a man and a woman and a woman. But whoever the person is that's doing the cheating is not worth, when you leave that person, they're, first of all, they're not worth you, because you are the prize in this package. Because if you've been loyal, you've been there with that person, you know you was their ride or die, and they still cheated and went to the next girl, you are the prize. So I have always taught my daughter that, and my sons, you are the prize. Y'all ain't the ones out here cheating. So if somebody's cheating, let them go, because there will be somebody that appreciates you. You know what I mean? My husband treats me so good. Sometimes I go, oh, thank you, Jesus, for not letting me give up on love. I love his confidence. I love his swag. I love his humor. I mean, he is also an alpha male. He's not the kind of guy who's going to let you just run all over him, talk to him any kind of way, and he don't stand up. Because there's guys that's like that too. I go to some people's houses, couples, and I see the woman talking down to the black man. It always is kind of cringy for me because I've never been like that. So I'm like, ooh, it always makes me uncomfortable because I think it's weird to demasculate a man. Because the man is always the one who's supposed to be holding it down, the stand up person. And I'm not saying dim the light of a woman, but I'm just saying let your man be a man. Because you're not attracted to when you can run all over them anyways, even if you're pretending. You're really not. You're going to your girlfriends going, oh, what a bitch. I just told his bitch ass to go over there and sit down. Well, who wants that? You know what I mean? So men, try to always stand up. If you're in a same-sex relationship, whichever one is the one that's supposed to be the stand-up masculine one, make sure you do that so you don't let anybody diminish you. You know what I mean? And then the person that's with you is supposed to be your equal, not cowering in the corner and not speaking, losing your voice. Don't lose your voice in a relationship. You know what I mean? Let's just try to do this thing the right way so it could be longevity, you know? Right, absolutely. And House of X is saying, hey, but yeah, we definitely have been through a lot. Let me tell you, I have been through it all, but I tell you, I wouldn't change it because I'm able to pass that on to my kids, to my grandkids. When they start dating, like the stuff that I've been through, I want to be able to pass on. And so, hey, but I just don't want you guys to give up on love. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Anybody wants to come up and talk to me on face level, I love doing that. So please do. I just dropped the link in the chat. But that's why I wanted to have this entanglement, because I feel like it's always a gut feeling. Now, there is some professional cheaters, I believe, who is good. They're not going to do anything different. So they're too smart for that. They're not going to talk about it. They're not going to show you some signs. You may see it a little bit, but not enough. You know what I mean? So those are the ones you got to look out for. Thank you, Alvin. Thank you. Like I was saying, I will be doing marriage panel. I'm getting 3 other couples. I'm working on that now. And we're going to talk about it. The good, the bad, the ugly, the intimate of marriage. Because my hopes is that we can pass it on to people who are dealing with being single for years. I got girlfriends who've been single 20 years. It's almost like you get stuck in this black hole because of what the ex did to you. So I'm very passionate about people not doing that. Don't go down that black rabbit hole. Nobody's worth that, because I guarantee the one who did it to you is living his best life, living my best life. I bet you any amount of money they're living their best life, doing what they do in relationships, still cheating, but not thinking about you. So it's all wasted energy. Just have the confidence, whether you're a guy or a girl, just have the confidence to walk up to somebody. Because trust me, I've looked at the way people are dating now. It is a horrible mess. So just have the confidence to go up to a person if they're in a coffee shop in the line. Say there's a lady in the line or a guy in the line at the coffee shop. Just say, is it okay if I buy you your coffee? You know what I mean? Look and see if there's a ring on the finger. If there isn't, that's what you do. You say, I noticed there's no ring on your finger. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but can I buy your cup of coffee? Open up the conversation. Confidence is sexy. Okay? Confidence is sexy. When I was single, that's what I liked. I like confidence. You know what I mean? You could be as fine as you want or as ugly as you want it. But if you had confidence, you got my attention. I was like, oh, okay, I see you. I see you. And I don't see guys approaching women like that anymore. I just don't see it. All I really see is the twerk of it all, twerking Tuesday and titty Thursday, and like things are different. Like I don't know what's happening out here. Hey Rochelle, I've been single 22. See Rochelle, that's what I'm talking about. So that tells me, Rochelle, just like my girlfriend, you dealt with entanglement. You built this wall. Don't think for a second that guys do not feel the wall as soon as they talk to you. You don't even got to open your mouth. It's a body language. It's a you may think you're not giving off that energy, but the energy is there. So they'll never speak. And if they do, they won't stick around because they feel the energy is closed off. Too many people are letting their past define their future, which is why at the end of all my videos, I say, don't look back because you're not going that way. What are you looking back there for? Release all of that bad energy out of you because energy exudes even when you don't know it. So you're never going to meet anybody. And I swear to God, I have this conversation with my friend all the time. You got it? Energy, I tell her, that is closed off. You got to let the past, there's nobody who's ever hurt me in the past that can define what I got going on in the future. I've always moved on dating, going to dinner, going to have drinks, taking rides, dating, multiple dating when I was single. I wasn't sleeping with none of them, but I was dating to get a vibe, to get a feeling. I wanted to have fun on top of that. I never, you know what I mean? So you got to be open. You got to let your mind be free, be happy. When somebody approaches you, give them a smile. You know what I mean? Women are so scowled up nowadays. Nobody's smiling. Nobody's happy. You can't even let COVID take your happiness. I don't believe in letting nobody take my joy. And if I find myself in a moment, then I take that moment. But you better believe that I come out of that thing back to normal. It's an energy. You don't even have to open your mouth. It's an energy. I used to, at my old job back home, I used to always play matchmaker. I've hooked up people left and right that I just felt like their energies matched to me. You know what I mean? So definitely you got to do better. They speak, but well, I'm here. Here I am. Right, 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 right. But how open are you, Rochelle? How open are you really? How is your energy? How is your aura? Do you know what I mean? That's not words. That's not a cute outfit. Guys are not as dumb as women think. You know what I mean? Women always be like, oh, he tired, or oh, he this, but they're not dumb. Why you think they're not putting rings on anybody's fingers nowadays? I have a lot of girlfriends say, oh, I caught him in the club, girl. He seen this big old booty. I was in the corner doing my dancing and all that. But he's not going to put a ring on it. He's not going to really take you home to mama. And if he does, he's still not going to put a ring on it. So you have to know that you are the prize. And women have to have that confidence. You know what I mean? Like when I was single, I always knew what I wanted. I always knew what I didn't want but I didn't have this grocery list. He got to be this. He got to be this. There was a few things. I'm 5'9", so he did have to be taller than me. So we all got a few of those in there, little pockets. I remember meeting a guy when I was single. He was probably 6'3", 6'4". This is long before I knew my husband. I'm from Massachusetts. My husband's in Louisiana. I didn't know him. And I used to be out dating and having, going for drinks, going for dinner. And I just remember him being in six something. So he was tall enough. And he would take me out and we would go party. And, I treated him like a brother, like a homie, like, I give him dap at the end of the day. So after like a month of just kicking it, in my mind as a friend, he finally asked me, you know that I like you. So what is the deal? Why are you keeping me in the friend zone? I said, don't ask me something you don't want to know. That's what I said. I said, don't ask me something you don't want to know. Period. Period. Please don't, because I'm not the type that lies. I'm not going to tell you a lie. I'm going to tell you the truth. And he said, no, I want to know the truth. So I said, the reason I keep you in the friend zone is because you're too sarcastic in your regular personality. My personality and your personality won't work with sarcasm. Whatever I say to you, you give me a sarcastic answer. It actually repulses me. So let's just stay friends. Let's keep partying, having drinks, and move it along, buddy. You know what I mean? Let's just be friends. In the subject. And I deaded that subject. So he knew and he could find somebody else to date. And he did, and that was fine. So, you got to keep it true to yourself. We know when somebody's a clown. We know when somebody's not right for us. You know what I mean? Tell me, girl, I go out civic or not, okay? I know that's right, Rochelle. You gotta go out. You gotta go out. You gotta have fun. Let me tell you, Rochelle, guys like women who have a light about them. No matter where I go, I'm laughing, I'm smiling, I'm waving at people who don't even know me. I just have a light about me that I've always had my whole life. If you're closed off and you walk past and you're stoic and you don't make any eye contact with anybody, how could you see the person in the next aisle in the grocery store who's been eyeballing you? You can't see it because you're so blocked off. So they're not going to approach you because people nowadays are not that bold. You know what I mean? But if you have a uplifting light about you, then maybe a guy will approach you. Maybe if you're sitting down having a cocktail at your local restaurant, you know how restaurants have a bar. Maybe somebody will send you a drink. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of it. I believe is energy, and I think guys just don't. They're just not approaching women these days. So everybody's doing online dating. You know what I mean? Unfortunately. You talk to anyone? You do talk to anyone or you don't? I see too, like I said, the guys now are different. You may have to be the one saying, do you want to go for a drink after you sitting there talking to him and he didn't say it? He may say, you may have to be the one that says, you want to go for a drink tomorrow night at 5 o'clock? We can meet over here, there, whatever. You know what I mean? It seems to me like the guys ain't approaching anymore. So if you feel like it's the right type of dude, then you may have to be the one that speaks up. Unfortunately, I'm glad last time I dated, because I've been with my husband 19 years. Last time I dated, guys were approaching. You know what I mean? So thank God I ain't never had to do that, you know? But I think it's a pretty different now. I really do. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, you definitely got to watch you should feel something. Don't talk to weirdos, you know what I mean? If they're walking in there with I don't know, just with a hood pulled down to here, and that's any race, and with their head down like this and fidgeting, you might want to run. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a vibe. Look for a ring, look for the ring marks. You know what I'm saying? Do only like phone conversation or social media. Just be like, hit me on my Instagram. I don't want to give my number right now, but we can privately talk on Instagram. Maybe a little bit of conversation, you know, could be better, which is why a lot of people do online dating because they don't have to give their address. They don't have to give their phone number. They can feel the person out, you know. They don't know where you live. You know what I mean? Thank you, everybody, for the thumbs up. That's why I wanted to have the entanglement conversation because I just find it, and I know people are going to watch the replay. There's not a lot of people here for the live, but I know there will be people that come and watch the replay. So I would love to have your feedback if you're watching the replay as well. Entanglement, did you know the signs? You know what I mean? So I definitely want to know that. Oh, House of X is saying hi to Rochelle. So yeah, it's just a crazy thing, and I feel like, especially if you're not married, if somebody's out here cheating, and so I have women say to me that they know their man is cheating, but they got 3 kids together, so they're just gonna ignore it. You don't have to sell yourself short. You can co-parent. I co-parented with both my kids' fathers. It is doable. You do not have to settle because you have kids. I just don't believe that. We try our best. You try to stay with the person. But then after you just work it out. Look, this ain't going to work. We could be friends or not, but let's just figure out this co-parenting thing. So you can get whatever I get from the schools. You can pick them up whenever you want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never held back anything. We just moved on to co-parenting, you know? So, you know what I mean? It's like a lot of people are settling because it's their kid's father and this and this and the other. I know some people that feel like they don't have a voice in their relationship. In relationships, marriages, everything. If you feel like you don't have a voice, it might be time to start speaking up. Change your narrative. Change your narrative. Why do it for years and years and like it just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? You got to change everything. Life is too short. COVID taught us that life is too short to sit stagnant on anything or for anybody. You know what I mean? Start doing what you love. Start doing and saying whatever you feel and meeting people and having a conversation and going to the movies or whatever you're going to do. Live life, basically. Just live life. Hey, yes, right, Alvin? That's what I'm saying. Like, Alvin, I don't know if, like Mr. Wise, you're single, but if you are, I hope that every now and then, if you see a young lady out, whether it's the store, the grocery store, or whatever, she don't have a ring on her finger, maybe you can say, "Can I buy your groceries?" or "Can I take you for a drink?" No disrespect if you're not in a relationship. Hopefully, there's ways to approach women, whatever your game is. But just know that nobody wants to be alone when they get older. There is a time in your life where you have to start saying, I would like to have a companion. You can't be afraid of the world. Nobody can. You know what I mean? We have to be careful. Your spidey senses should be up, but you can't be afraid because if you're afraid, you're never going to meet anybody. You're going to be 60 years old, single for 40 of those, walking around your apartment with nobody there to talk to. That's no fun. That's just no fun. I don't agree with that. I don't agree. I think there is people out here and there is good people. But you just got to keep your spidey senses up to know who's good. We'll wean out the good from the bad. You know what I mean? Wean out the faithful from the cheaters. If there's a real way to know that, because you really don't know. But you got to go with your gut. Sometimes you just got to go with your gut. You know what I mean? The gut of it all. Okay? Mm-mm. Right. Alvin said, I agree. Exactly. Exactly. You have to get out of the box. We got to get out of our comfort zone sometimes. That comfort zone is something else, honey. Because I got more than one girlfriend who's been single for at least 10, 15 years. It's like, oh my God, girl, when you going to meet somebody? You know, you, you don't want to get old alone. And when you think you can rely on your kids, trust me, they got their own lives. They got their own families. They're not going to be around like you think. And if you don't got kids, that's even more reason to start meeting somebody or start talking to somebody on, or whatever. At least a conversation. So you ain't sitting in your house just talking to the cat or the dog. You know what I mean? I believe nobody wants to be alone forever. 20 years, 15 years, all of that is a long time. Even if you're going out pocket dating or maybe got a booty call here and there, at the end of it, it's not even rewarded. Unless you're a person who just is comfortable being single and you don't want to ever be with anybody, then ride that out. That's okay. That's okay. Some people I know want to be single. They don't want nobody in their space and they're comfortable with that. So for that, I respect it. But if you're a person who wants that and you're just closed off, nah, you can't do that, you know? Ready to retire. No, the kids have their own life. Exactly, exactly, exactly. Yes, Alvin, child, we can think that our kids are gonna be like, oh, mama, 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 please. Them little rugrats are off living their best life, okay? Doing whatever the grown ass kids do. They got their own kids, they got their own women, men, relationships. They really not really checking for you like you think they're gonna be. They may call once a month, but the rest of that time, guess where you at? Home alone. Not knowing how to work a phone, not knowing how to work a computer so you can have some interactions, not going to the local bingo hall so you can have friends. We just not. We just sitting in the yard planting flowers and talking to the cat. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta have some kind of companion, I believe, unless you're totally comfortable with just being alone. Which I don't knock that either. If that's what the person wants, good. But these people that I know, that's not what they want. But they're too closed off, too set in their ways, too you gotta be this. You can't be fat, you can't be skinny, you can't be short, you can't be tall, you gotta dress this way, you can't dress that way. They're too materialistic and it's not gonna go any further than maybe a couple of weeks. And until they realize, the men or the women, until you realize you gotta change some things and open up a little bit, single for 20 years, here I come. You know what I mean? And that's crazy. I mean, that's crazy. So I don't know, but that's why I wanted to come in and I wanted to talk about entanglement. I'm sorry that there's not more people in here. I think everybody is working right now. It's 1 o'clock my time, it's 4 o'clock y'all time in the East Coast, you know? But I'm glad I got to come in here and kick it with you guys. And then the people watching the playback hopefully will leave me some responses to this whole entanglement thing. Was it a gut feeling? Did you ignore it? Did you know all along? Did you accept it? You know? No cat. Get out the house. He coming soon, I think. He definitely coming soon. Rochelle, he definitely coming soon. I don't care what age you are. I believe in love. I believe people can find it. As long as you are approachable, you're not looking all stoic like the librarian with a Uzi. You know what I mean? Like, don't look like this when you walking. Everywhere you go, you burrowed up. You got a Uzi in your hand ready to pop off. Pop, clack, 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 clack. Relax, relax. Be the beautiful woman that we could be. Be approachable. You know, relax, release, relove. Relax, release, relove. You know what I mean? Come on. Right, House of X. Right. You know, so you definitely, and I do think that I've had some conversations with some of my friends trying to tell them to stop with the grocery list of what you want from a man. He got to have a brand new car, got to have his own place, got to have badass outfits, got to be tall, got to be fine, got to be certain size, got to be, there's too many gotta be's. That's too many gotta be's. Not every person I've ever been with dressed the way I want, but guess what I did? I went out and bought the first new outfit of the change to come. Okay? So when I bought that fly ass gear for my dude, next thing you know, he was buying those kind of clothes because he loved the way he looking. So loosen up on the grocery list of things that can be changed. We mold each other. We help each other. We don't judge each other and put each other down. Half the time, most guys, even some women, don't know how to dress. So why is that one of the criterias on your list for a person you meet? Can't you just go buy a different pair of jeans if you don't like them in that pair? That's just an example, hypothetical. Because I used to hear that all the time. Oh, the sneakers was run down and oh, the jeans was this. That. I've bought sneakers for a man. I've bought jeans if I didn't like the way it looked. He don't know he could be fly until you buy some fly stuff. Think about it. Think about it. What is that costing me? $50 to start molding into the person that he could really start to feel better, look better, somebody you could be attracted to? Come on. Think about it, you know? Age, what's that? I'm a young girl. Hello, come on. Come on for the young girl. So this is for young, old, super old. It don't matter. I used to work in a nursing home for many years, probably 20 years. I was a CNA in a nursing home. And I had I never forget it, one of the residents, he was probably 74. His wife lived in the nursing home with him. You know, you can have married couples, they can have the same room, just separate beds. I think she was like 74 as well. And I used to love them. I used to go talk to them, hey y'all, blah, 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 blah. And then he said, Teresa, I want you to guess how long we've been married. I'm 74, she's 74. I said, oh, let me guess. I would say at least 45 years. You probably got grown kids that got kids that got kids. They laughed so loud. They said, no, we've been married 2 years. We met here in the nursing home. That's my point. At any age, love can come. They only been married 2 years. They got married in that nursing home before I was there. Who knew? Who knew? He said, everybody thinks that we've been together 40 or 50 years. He said, I have been divorced from my ex-wife for 30 years. I met her in my 70s here in this nursing home. I love her. We're best friends. We go to the bingo hall. We go to the dancing they do here. We take walks outside. We go on the field trips. Living my best life. Hey, I ain't going back and forth with you people. So it can happen at it can happen at any age. You just got to be open to it. That's it. Period. 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 You know what I mean? You just got to be open to it. You just got to be approachable. I tell you, I was blown away. I did not think they had only been married 2 years. I really thought they had grown kids with grown kids with grown kids. He said, I never gave up on love. I knew it was going to happen. I just didn't know when. Come on. Come on. So if we could just block off all those little material things we have on our grocery list, open your mind, have fun, go along your day in your normal routine, smile and say hi to somebody that's walking past you. Whether it's a guy or girl, just show that you're approachable. Say good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you? Approachable. And it will just come. It will just come. You know, when it's your time, it'll be your time. You know, anybody. That's not just Rochelle. Anybody I'm talking to. Don't give up on love. Don't get up on love. Nobody wants to be old and gray and alone with nobody there with you. Because, like I said, maybe your kids will be there, but maybe they won't be there as much as you think. So you got to be open to that. Okay. Mm-mm-mm. I am making garlic parmesan chicken today over rice. I already made some brownies. We got some asparagus, and that is what I'm doing when I get off of here. It's already in the oven. I'm just chilling. I recorded a couple of videos today, so I wanted to come on and talk entanglement, talk to y'all for a little bit, and then get off of here. You know what I mean? So it looks like everybody's either gone or nobody's talking right now. So this is probably a good a time as any to end this live. I just wanted to come on for a little bit and talk about it and see what y'all had to say about it and what you've been through. You know? So thank you all so much for being here. Rochelle, thank you for the conversation. House of X, thank you for the conversation. Kicking in with Alvin, thank you. Mr. Wise, thank you. Edward Smart, thank you. Marissa, thank you. That's my boo. Thank you guys so much. Please, if you don't take nothing else from this conversation that I had today, hopefully there's some nuggets you can take in general. But if you don't take anything else, just know to not give up on love. Don't look back because you're not going that way. The past is the past. Let it go. Let go, let God, please. You know what I mean? Look forward to the future and the next endeavor in your life, for sure. Okay, see you later, Rochelle. I'm getting ready to go too. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for talking to me, sis. Thank you. Thank you. Right. Yes, Alvin. So definitely please just be open-minded. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to approach somebody. If you don't see a ring on the finger and they're in the coffee shop line, ask if respectively if you can buy her next coffee. Confidence. Confidence is everything. I think anybody can meet anybody. It doesn't matter if you're disabled. It don't matter if you're tall, short, fat, skinny. You could have Down syndrome. Down syndrome people get married. Dwarfs get married. There is somebody for everybody. So please don't count yourself out. Wheelchair bound people get married. There's somebody for everybody. You just got to be confident and talk and talk, you know? Hey, Jaden. How are you? How are you? You done changed your name again, Jaden, huh? I haven't seen you in a while. How you been? But anyways, that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. Hey, Melissa, how are you? Oh, that's okay. I think we connected in drop the link. I don't remember whose dropped the link it was, but I remember you connected to me, I connected to you, and so it's just a matter of us going to each other's channels now, watching videos, coming to each other's live. Thank you for coming into my live. Today's topic was entanglement. And did you see the signs? I do different today's topics in my live, and sometimes I do trivia. I play games. Sometimes I do DIYs in my live, but sometimes I do today's topic. And today's topic is entanglement. And did you see? Oh, Pandy. Okay, okay. And did you see the signs? I was just telling them how anytime I've ever been with somebody who's cheated in the past, and I'm talking when I was younger, because I've been married 10 years with my husband 19 years. So I'm not talking about the last 19 years. So I'm talking about earlier on in my life. I always knew I could, it was a feeling, it was something they were doing, it was a gut feeling. I just always knew. So I was just seeing what everybody else situation was. And what did you do about it? Or did you see it coming and you ignored it? Like I was just trying to get a little feedback on that? Okay, definitely. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you. Thank you for sharing me as well. But yeah, so I got about 5 more minutes and then I will be done. But yeah, so that's what it was. I was just trying to see what happened to everybody. Did they know? Did you turn your head and act like you didn't know? Did you put the person out right away? Did it shut you down for years from dating? What was the repercussions from that? You know what I'm saying? So definitely. Hey, Mr. Random, how are you? How are you? Thank you for coming in. I ignored mine, but it resulted in divorce. Yeah, see? When you ignore it, it doesn't when you ignore it, that means that you're in the relationship and just not happy, walking around as roommates without being roommates. You know what I mean? No good ever comes from that. Sometimes counseling works, makes it bounce back. Sometimes sitting down with the person having a conversation will make it work, and sometimes nothing will make it work because the person is just no good. So my thing is that happens, but just make sure you don't let that affect you in your life going forward. Keep dating, keep having fun, keep getting out with your girlfriends, have a drink, go dancing, whatever it is that makes you, if you like gardening, garden. Invite your girlfriends over to garden with you. Just don't lose your light behind somebody closing a chapter on somebody in your past, because that's God's way of saying that's not the person for you. So my bounce back has always been real because I always took care of myself. So I always just kept it moving. But I see a lot of people, it shuts them down for years and years and years. And I just try to tell people don't do that. Yes, all is well, Mr. Random. Thank you so much for popping your head in. I appreciate that. Roommates. Yeah, Melissa, I already know. Like I said in the past, I've had relationships in the past, and it just ended up being a roommate situation. Please take your behind downstairs until we can figure this out. You know what I mean? So, but I didn't let it block my blessings because shoot, that very next month or 2 months or that next year could be the right person. And if you got a wall up, guess what? That's one of your blessings that just walked by. So I try to make sure I tell women, men, everybody, do not let your past affect your future. You can't, you know what I mean? You don't want that for sure. Thank you, Edward. Thank you. It affected me profoundly because I will never marry again. See, I do not like that. Melissa, I just talked a bunch about that. I'm so glad that I didn't feel that way when I left previous relationships. And I did some long term, 10 years, 7 years. So we're not even talking about 7 months. I never let it block my blessing because what that person did can't control what I got going on in front of me. That could be somebody that's really meant for me. I love love. I love marriage. I love being married. And nobody can have that kind of control on me because that means he could go off and have a marriage and be happy, and you still stuck stagnant with no marriage. You gotta love love. You know what I mean? Don't let your past affect your future. That's all I'm saying. And that does mean that it's affecting your future. And you know, we too good for that. You can't let nobody have that kind of control over you and your heart and your mind and your soul. You know? You just don't want to do that. I don't think. Right, right, right. Never ever. So that means that guy really hurt you. He really put a scar on you. And I'm so happy. I'm so sorry that that happened to you, sis. So sorry. Well, hopefully, if you're dating, then the person knows and they will be okay with that. You know what I mean? Maybe you can find somebody that doesn't want to get married again because that happens too. There's some guys who don't want to get married. Then that's your perfect match. But the first thing you might want to do when you dating is say, do you want marriage? Just be honest. Just like people who don't want kids. I always say, find out from the gate if that person wants kids. There's no sense to hurt the person. You know what I mean? The new person because they didn't do anything. Mello, what's up, Mello? Thank you for coming in and using my emoji. That's Melonomatic. Hey, that's one of my members. Hey, that's Melonomatic. Hey, that's one of my members. Thank you, Bello, for coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Right, right, Melissa. I'm just trying to make sure, sis, that you feel me. You feel me? Have a conversation. Don't get with somebody who's got their hopes that they're going to ask you to marry one day and it's not even on the cards for you. Please be honest in your future endeavors. There's nothing worse than that type of hurt. And I feel if people know they don't want to be married, or people know they don't want to be kids, have kids, that's a conversation that should be had on the first date. A lot of things I say don't mention on the first date, but that's one you should mention on the first date because I believe people when they tell me something. So if I was in the dating scene, which I am not, I've been with my husband almost 19 years. But when I was single, if a person would tell me something, I believe it. So if I wanted kids and I met somebody who said he don't ever want kids, okay, well we could be friends, but it was nice meeting you. Matter of fact, let me pay for my part of this dinner so it don't feel like a date, and we right back on track, bro. I respect the honesty. You know what I'm saying? I respect the honesty. Hey, Mello. Melissa saying hey to Mello. Oh, trust me, I'm very upfront. Oh, Melissa, I am so sorry that that person hurt you, though, because I hate to see my fellow sisters hurt. Period. Period. And that just sounds like a lot of internal hurt. And I hope that you have maybe talked to somebody, got it all out your system or whatever. Not put up a wall of I'm happy and I'm great, which I'm sure you are. You're living your life, but you want to get that hurt out of you. Because even if you never get married, you don't want to ever have that be in your spirit. not in your spirit. You know what I mean? So just make sure you get it out, even if it's to a girlfriend or whatever. Get it all out your system. And then when you date, that should be one of the first things you say out the gate. You know? Thank you, everybody. Please give me a thumbs up. Thank y'all for coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mello put up my soul clap to that. Hey, hey, soul clap to that. Yeah, so entanglement was my conversation today. I'm so glad you guys came in and joined me on this conversation. If you did not see this, please watch the playback. It's about an hour long. So, watch the playback, leave me comments, whatever. But I just wanted to know if you've been in an entanglement situation where one or the other has cheated, the man or the woman or whichever spouse, and then did you feel the signs? Did you know? I always knew. It was always a gut feeling. It was always something in the way he was acting or something in my spirit that didn't feel right. So I always knew. And that gut would take me straight to the door of the person that the entanglement was happening with. So don't ignore your guts. Don't sell yourself short. Whether you're a man or a woman, don't sell yourself short. You know what I mean? Because there's somebody out here for you. Why waste your time on somebody who's not going to respect you? Whether you're a man or a woman. You're not even getting respected. How do you not get respected in a relationship? So either you try to fix it through counseling and you guys sit down and things 100% change because maybe you got kids together and you want to make it work. But if the respect is gone and there's no change, don't sell yourself short. Just get out and move on. He'll be happier. You'll be happier. And that's just in general, I'm talking. Everybody will be happier. Go with the person you've been cheating with, child. Please go over there. You know, you know what I'm saying? Right, Melissa, right. You have to set boundaries. You do. You do. You do. I mean, if I don't set boundaries, who will? You know what I'm saying? Like I had to learn when I was in my 20s to my 30s, because when you're young, you still stay in it. And you be like, oh, whatever, you fight and you argue, but you still stay with the person that did the entangling. I've been there. Everything that I went through, I have learned from. So I would not change one thing that's happened to me in my life, because those are the learning tools that I used on my kids who are now adults with their own families. Hey, James, thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming into my today's topic of entanglement. And did you know? Did you get the signs? Did you feel it? Did you know? Mello said it's tough to earn back trust and respect once someone has cheated. That is true on you, and that's tough to do. So realizing that and moving on, it is often the best step. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, Mello. You're right, because once it's already happened, and that person may, whether it's a guy or a girl, because girls cheat too. So once it's already happened, even if your spouse agreed to keep moving forward, it's always going to be here. The trust is gone. It really is internally. Now, some people may suppress it forever and y'all just go ahead and live your life. But some people are going to bring it up. All of a sudden, you could be at the dinner table looking at your phone. Who was that? That bitch from 5 years ago? Like it may come up, or they're gonna always be side eyeing, or you're getting in the tub and your phone is on the dresser, and he or she is looking through it, even though you've been years without cheating. It's always going to be something in the back of your mind that's not trustworthy, you know? But if you're married and you got kids and you want to just make it work and go through the steps of life of settling, then you have to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? So I got kids with exes. My whole thing was the focus for me wasn't after I tried to make it work and it didn't work. My thing was not the forcing it or whatever. My thing was I'm done here, but how can we co-parent so that the kids are never affected? And that's what I did. So I have three kids and two fathers. So their fathers have always been able to just call and say, I'm getting ready to pick them up. I'll bring them back on this day. I never fought over that. because it takes two to make a kid. So if you come in during the week and you're going to take them to school or whatever, good. If you're coming on the weekend because you want to take them this weekend, good. My kids and their fathers had no problems. I had already checked out of the relationship. We're broken up, so there's no reason to hold on to the past. Let's just make sure we can co-parent. Don't use the kids as weapons. I've never done that. Because any father my kids got, they're great fathers. So why use them as a weapon? So that wasn't the thing. I mean, it takes two to tango. Let's co-parent this thing. Let's piggyback this thing. So whatever paperwork was coming to me was going to the father. Whatever report card was being mailed to me was being mailed to the father. Whatever appointments that was being had, we were both being contacted. It was literally a co-parenting situation, and we had all moved on in our lives with new relationships. So, you know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to be self-respect, know when to move on with your life, co-parent with the rest, keep it pushing, Let me see what Melissa said. Right. And it's hard when a kid is involved. I have a daughter and I have never stifled her relationship with her dad. Great. Me either, Melissa, because the two things are not the same. So what, he wasn't good to me, or so what, it didn't work out with me and you. As long as I've never seen you doing anything to your child, like abuse or, there's some weird stuff in the world, but I knew I wasn't with people that were like that. So no matter how bad you treated me or whoever, whatever, it to me never had nothing to do with my kids. So my kids have great relationships with their fathers. You know what I mean? Well, if they don't, it has nothing to do with me. It's not for me not trying. You know what I'm saying? So you just move on. You just move on. Oh, hey, Mello. Hey, Traces of Twan's Life. How are you, sis? Thank you for coming in. Thank you. Thank you. Mello has connected with Alvin, it looks like. Hi, Twan. How are you? Welcome to my live and my today's topic of entanglement. And did you see the signs? Okay. Did you ignore the signs? Was it a gut feeling? Did you know and you didn't do anything because you got kids together? Did we just settle? Are we still settling? You know what I mean? I was just trying to get into the guts of that conversation. I'm hood. I'm good. Hope all is yes, everything's well. Thank you, Twan. Thank you, thank you. I was just coming on here picking everybody's brain about their entanglement endeavors in their life and their relationships. Hold on, y'all. I have to check on my chicken. Hold on, hold on. I'm not going anywhere. Hold on to your lovely room. Hold on. Oh, we want to. Okay, let me see. I think it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. I'm going to give it about another 5 minutes. Then it'll be done. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Thank you for the 11 thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, so that was my today's topic. If you guys weren't here from the beginning, and when you get home from work or when you're just settled down, go ahead and watch the replay. Leave me your comments. Let me know what you think. I've already been on an hour and 15 minutes, so I'm going to get off of this thing. I don't want to hold y'all up any longer, you know? So definitely, I want feedback on that. I think it's a great topic. I am working on a panel so we can really delve and discuss more and just things, things like that. So look out for that. And if you guys haven't watched some of my old videos, some of my videos in my playlist are on my wall, go ahead and do that. If you ever decide to be a member, just hit the join button. I would love to have you on my team. I got some beautiful merchandise on my channel. I have to figure out though, one thing about my merchandise that I don't like is, thank you, Melissa. Thank you. Yeah, I went into it a lot in this hour. So definitely watch the playback. One thing I don't like about my merch, and maybe somebody in here will be able to help me with that by contacting me on Instagram and we can talk. But when you hit the link, it's only showing my Sipping and Small Talk merchandise. It's not showing really my Just Teresa. It's not showing the water mug I did. It's not showing my soul clap to that t-shirt. And so I don't know how to get it all on the main page. I want everything I've created and made to be on the main page. But when people click on my link, they're only seeing soul clap to that, which is nice. I love that. But I want everything to be there. Does anybody know how to get everything on my main wall? Everything? If you do, let me know. Let me know. I would love some feedback on that. Even if it's somebody watching the playback, if you can help me organize my Teespring merchandise, that would be great. You know? Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad y'all enjoyed the conversation. I appreciate that. I threw that out there just in case somebody, even somebody watching the playback, knows how to help me fix my Teespring. Because that's a problem. I don't want that to be the only thing people see. I want them to see everything that I've created, not just Sipping and Small Talk. I got other things on there, you know? Yeah. Thank you, Alvin, for being here. Thank you, Melissa, so much. Thank you, Twan. And Mello, thank you for coming by. Mello, congratulations on hitting 1K. Woo, 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 woo. Good job, Mello. Are you there with your watch hours? Are you getting monetized, or the next thing is your watch hours? That's why I always, when you're a member, especially if you're not monetized yet, I run all my members' playlists of my choice once a month so I can help them get those watch hours up. You know? Thank you, Twan. You have a great day, sis. Thank you so much. Yes, Mello made it to his 1K followers. Woo, 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 woo. Hopefully he's almost there to the 4,000 watch hours. But as long as you got one thing out the way, once I passed that 1K, I was focused on the watch hours. You know? So we ain't got to worry about that. Alrighty, so you guys, thank you so much for coming. Again, don't forget, if anybody has any information on helping me get my Teespring store fixed properly, please hit me on Instagram on JustTheresa2. That would be absolutely great, you know? So you guys, thank you for coming. I'm going to get off of here so I can finish cooking and go on about my day. Thank you so much. It looks like Melissa has connected with Mellow Nomadics. Thank you. Mellow is one of my wonderful members. I'm so glad he came in to say hello. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So it looks like everybody's backing out now. We're down to 3 people. Let me see how many thumbs up. 11 thumbs up. Thank you, guys. If you didn't see this from the beginning, please watch it when you ain't doing nothing, cleaning your house. Just let it play. And then leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. All right. It was a great topic, and I enjoyed talking to y'all about it. Now it's time to finish cooking. I'll see you guys later.